I may not be able to speak while down here, but at least my thoughts are free to think. A whole level submerged in water. Does that mean that all of the levels that I will encounter from now on are submerged, or is it just this level? Has this level been flooded by a crack in the wall from an underwater stream? Who can say? Maybe there's a portal to the elemental plane of water. I don't want to fight water elementals, that's for sure. But the only thing I can do is carry on exploring. And I must do that as quickly as possible. I don't know if I can keep doing stuff without this free action spell. Hopefully this helmet is sufficient enough for me to continue exploring. Let's go. Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Dungeon Hack, and when last we left off, we are no longer on the 13th floor. We are on the 14th floor, and this floor is underwater. Isn't it a good thing that the game gave us a helm of underwater action, just in time so that we didn't drown here? We had spells just in case, but I'd much rather have a helmet, and there is a foe that I have never seen before. This foe is moving very slowly. Let's see what it does, shall we? Let's also move around this corner and hit it a few more times. It is a really slow enemy. What does this say? An ancient seal has been engraved in the wall here. I wonder what it means. Let's find out what that foe was, shall we? Show creature total. It was a... We need to see something that has a 1 by it. Let's see, or a 2. A water elemental! I should not be surprised that we are fighting water elementals on a floor that is entirely underwater. Maybe this is the only foe that we'll be facing here. Either way, they are really slow, and we are not really slow. I wonder what these are for, especially in a level that has nothing but water. I can only imagine that it didn't used to have water at one point. Let's just keep looking, shall we? And open these doors that fortunately still work even though they're entirely submerged, and there is a different foe. Is that foe dead? That foe was really easy if that's the case. What foe was that? Let's look for a 1 or a 2. That was not any of those, so there's a 2 there. Maybe that was also a water elemental. Either that or we've already encountered that enemy once before. I cannot see on this list what that enemy was. So we're just going to keep going and hope that we don't encounter it again. Or maybe the enemy is not dead. Maybe the enemy has just teleported away or something. Or has gone invisible or even ethereal. I have no idea. We need to find another one and fight it. Here is a key. It is a moonstone. A handy thing to have. Here is a switch that leads to a water elemental that currently is not able to do anything. What is that enemy? Let's go and fight it, shall we? Is it dead? Or has it just teleported away? I think it's teleported away. Because there is nothing... Oh, that is that a water elemental as well? Oh, it's a water weird. They're called water weirds. Okay, fair enough. We are encountering water elementals and water weirds, and I imagine whatever enemy we're going to be facing that's more difficult is going to also be tied to water somehow. With a helm of underwater action, this is a really easy-looking level, but looks can be deceptive. Is this also a level with a central area? That is, it definitely looks like one of those levels, doesn't it? It really does. But maybe it isn't. Let's have a look and find out, shall we? It's a good thing that that tapestry is waterproof, otherwise it would be destroyed. Anything here? Well, there is an enemy. It's a water weird that dropped a key. A fire key. How ironic, considering the floor that we're on. Let's have a look around here. Lots of water elementals. Perhaps this is a place that has been flooded by the elemental plane of water. They're apparently really difficult foes, but I'm not having much difficulty with them. Is that because I'm far more powerful than I think I am? Maybe I am. Let's just keep going, shall we? Aha! We need to use a key, so we can swap this out. There we go. Now we move forward. I feel like I'm moving so slow. That could be the water there, but I actually don't think it is. So let's move this onto here and carry on. There is a pillar, and whatever enemy was there has decided, you know what, I don't want to fight Celadran, I just want to go and move over here. Ah, wait, it was just a slow effect on that corridor. Let's keep going, shall we? Another water elemental, hello! You're going to perish because this weapon, or these weapons, are just so effective. There is nothing in here apart from more doors. I've seen this layout of a room before. We want to explore that corner there and see if there is a door or anything that we can open. The answer is there is. We might as well open it up and have a look. This level is really easy. That said, that was a nasty hit. That was like 20 damage? That was 20 damage. And when we're moving slow, that means that we can't attack as fast as well. Well noted. We'll put this hammer over here, shall we? And we will carry on. Oh look, we need a green mallet. Do we have a green mallet? We do! Excellent. We literally just picked that up. And what is this? It is a ring of wisdom. I believe we've seen those before. And here is another water elemental. Let's hold on to that ring of wisdom, shall we? And that is the ring of might. We probably want to hold on to that and take care of you. You don't seem to be that bothered by the fact that everything is so slow here. Let's just back up a bit, shall we? So that we can hit you again. There we go. Have at thee! And you dropped a key. Another crimson key. Boy, are we finding a lot of keys here. A lot of keys indeed. Let's just go round this corner and very slowly do some spell casting. Maybe I could just use a heal. I do have multiple of them after all. Why not, eh? And there is a illusionary wall here. It leads to nothing, but it was nice to find either way. And we have a key that will unlock this. Excellent. We'll use the older of the two keys. Where does this lead? I bet it's going to lead to nowhere important. Well, it led to a door. Maybe there's something awesome behind the door. Maybe we don't have the mallet to open that, though. I don't think we do. We'll need to find a different mallet. This won't work. No, it doesn't seem to make the gong ring. And we have... do we have a key for that? I don't think we do. We're going to need a key to open that. We're finding things that we cannot easily open. That said, we don't need to open that one, because that leads nowhere. Let's backtrack, shall we? We can't do anything else down here until we find a key. Also, this is not one of those rooms that has a central corridor, or rather one of the floors. We have found a completely different floor at long last, and it only took the fact that we are underwater for that to happen. I am really curious as to what happens when we rest down here. How does that even work? Does the Helm of Underwater Action mean that we can just rest perfectly soundly, or do we do something silly like take our helmet off before we decide to rest and then we die? I don't know. Let's find out eventually when we rest. Is this a key? This is a key! It's a silver key. Do you know what? I feel like backtracking and going back to that area where we had a door that we could unlock. Let's go back there, shall we? Good idea. Did the game ever intend us to ever get that mallet that we need to unlock that door? Maybe it did, but either way we're going to not use that mallet if we do get it, and hold on to yet another extra key. What is behind... Don't throw it. How do you even throw a key underwater, Celadran? I don't even know how that would work. And we were about to sneak up on a water elemental there. They do look really angry. Probably because we are invading their water, and they don't want us here. To be fair, we are just sort of invading this dungeon. So we'll just open this up, and anything in here? Anything at all? No? Aha! There is a water elemental here. There is also an illusionary wall, and some scrolls of protection from dragon breath, and a journal page. Let's just back up a bit and give that a read, shall we? I had mistakenly quaffed the potion of confusion when I should have hurled it at my opponent. That is a good hint. You can use potions of confusion to confuse your opponents. And how did that journal page survive all of that time underwater? Everything is waterproof in this dungeon. Everything. Somehow. Does this lead to anywhere in particular? The answer is, it seems to. It's nice to have a level that we can explore without using teleporters. I didn't think the game would use teleporters on a level like this, and we are doing something silly. We have found the stairs down. There they are, just there. Hello, stairs down, how are you? If there is no water on the next floor, I will be very surprised, because the water would naturally flow down, so is there an airlock or something that Celadran goes through that we haven't seen? Maybe. Hello, water elemental. And that was when this wasn't a water elemental, and curiously it was a red dragon or something, just swimming around going, "Hey, how's it going, Celadran? I've got a helm of underwater action as well." And I'm like, nice to know. Here is a club. We really don't need a club. We're just sort of looking at items now and going, you know what, we don't need this. We have got to that point in this adventure where we just don't require items anymore. We're just looking at things and going, can we fit this? Do we need it? Is it worth taking back to the town and selling? And the answer is usually no, and so you just leave it. Weight allowance is a curious thing. Having only so much that you can carry does make that happen. Then again, you could have lots of people who are following you with carts and various other things that are waiting outside the dungeon. Then you have to make sure that they're trustworthy enough that they're not just going to steal everything that you put in that cart. Alright. Hello, how are you? You're dead, and you also dropped a mace, by the looks. The Mace of Foos! We have found another artifact item. We're going to hold on to this. Definitely. Let's just keep that there, shall we? Excellent. I have no idea what it does. And how do we open this? That is a good question. Is there a switch of some variety? It's probably one way. But we have found another magical artifact, and this, therefore, is not the Mail of Foos, because the Mail of Foos would immediately be identified as such, and we have not found anything that would identify that item. Let's just go this way. We don't want to go down just yet. We will get a lot of experience for doing so, but we don't want to go down just yet. We want to keep exploring and have a look around here. And go through this door, for instance. Let's go through here. Hello, Water Weird. How are you? You are dead. You really have no health whatsoever. Absolutely none. I imagine the game could throw one of these levels at you rather early on, and that is why the enemies here aren't that difficult. Anything here? Well, there's a door that is unlocked with a key that we do not have. So let's keep going, unless this is the key that we do not have. This is not a key we do not have. This is another wand of smiting. Really, game? You want to give me another one of them? If I was a Thrykean, I'd be really pleased about that, because then I'd have 3 of them, and then there will be nothing in this dungeon that could stop me. Nothing. I would be a force of destruction. But fortunately for you, game, we are not a race with 4 arms, so we're going to keep exploring, and I'm going to take that with me. It's probably worth a lot of money. Probably will sell for a fair bit. We're going to use a moonstone here. It's like the game is telling us that we may need to use something related to the moon. There we go. We have got a long way south here. We have that door left to explore. That door probably has absolutely nothing in it. Maybe we should go back and have a look at that at some point. Maybe it has other stairs down. So far I haven't found a single area where that's the case, where there are 2 stairs down. There only ever appears to be 1. This door is just going to lead to a corridor, I imagine. And then it doesn't, and then it leads to somewhere where I can't open this door. At all. How are we going to get in there? Probably through that, I wager. Probably through there. This floor is actually really interesting. I'm enjoying this floor a lot compared to the other ones. I mean, I was enjoying the previous floors, but this is something we haven't seen before. This is underwater combat. in theory, we should be using piercing weapons, because piercing weapons are better underwater, at least in 3.5 they are. I don't know in Advanced Dungeons & Dragons if that is the case. Here is a amulet. We haven't found a... this amulet appears to have... all of our spells are starting to run out. That's not good. That's really not good. Let's drop something. We don't need this grey potion. What we're going to do is we're going to save, and we're going to find out if we are actually going to drown in the water when we rest. The worst thing that will happen is that we die. Let's find out. Create food and water before we do that, and we're going to rest. There we go, we will cast healing spells. And no, Celadran appears to be having no problems whatsoever with being underwater and resting. Fair enough. Can we move? We can move absolutely fine without free action here, so we don't need to use free action. The Helm of Underwater action seems to have free action for underwater and water breathing all in it, which is good. So we'll use True Seeing. We'll also use prayer, and I really don't think we need to use anything else. This is quite an easy floor. We are quite prepared for what is here. Alright, let's keep doing some more exploring, shall we? Some more looking around, some more... Ooh! A magical vestment scroll? A journal page! Excellent. Waterproof like all the others. I am thankful for the fire-based spells at my command. They were most useful against the mummies that I've encountered. We've already heard about that. Unless, of course, you're somebody else also coming to this revelation. The undead that are wrapped in loads and loads of bandages are really, really weak to fire. Yes, they are. At least they are weaker to fire than they are any other element that you're going to be using against them. So we've explored all the way around here. We're going to need to go there eventually. We're also going to need to go there. Let's go, shall we? I'm pretty sure there, however, we couldn't open from this side. Let's just double check before we move on. Indeed, we could not open this way from that side. So we will go this way. There we go. And not into the wall, Celadran. That is silly. We will head up and around, and eventually we will be back to where we need to be, which is over here. Over here is this door that we can't open, and down here, and we need to get all the way back to there. That is going to be a lot of backtracking. A lot of backtracking, but hey, it's a very different level, and I like the fact that this level is doing something different. We don't yet have a key to unlock that, do we? No, we don't. So let's just keep going and ignore the fact that everything is moving so slowly. There we go. We have now looked there. We want to move faster now and open this door. This door, not surprisingly, nothing behind it at all. Ah, well, let's see if we can find a way down to here. And that involves going back that way. It's actually not that far to go at all to get there, so we'll just quickly head that way. There we go. Don't mind me, statue, we're just going this way. This helmet is really useful. I'm sure the game would give you some way to get through this level. Either some scrolls or something like the Helm of Underwater action. Just something so that you won't die immediately when you enter this level. That said, I don't think you die immediately. Maybe you can hold your breath for a certain amount of time, and then you just die. So we want to head down here. We also want to use that door here. If we can open this door, we might have the key by now. Do we have a key? It's just the door. Let's open it then. And here is a garnet. That's fine. We could always do with another key. I don't know what that amulet does at all. Also, we want that scroll, most definitely, so we want to drop something soon. Maybe we'll drop this iron ration. We have 3. That's probably enough. Oh look, here's another key. Here's that gold key that we were looking for. Remember that we didn't have that key? And that led absolutely nowhere. Hello, enemy that's respawned, how are you? So we're going to need to use... We're going to have to use that gold key. That looks like the only way that we're going to get anywhere. Is there a teleporter in the underwater area of this game? maybe there is a teleporter. That would be the only way that we could progress unless there is a hidden switch that I haven't seen. There might be a hidden switch. There will only be one way to find out, and that is to quickly go and open this door. There we go. Just backtrack a little bit more. This place surely is not half as confusing as any of the other locations I've been to. I'm very glad for that. And I always have to think before I decide I want to speak, because speaking here would not do me very well at all. We want to go, is it this way? I think it's this way. No, it's not that way. It is this way that we want to go, is it? Or have I gone the wrong way? I have gone the wrong way. I need to head east instead. Getting lost in areas that you should not be getting lost in, Celadran. Let's see if there is a teleporter behind this. The answer is that there is nothing behind this, so I am missing something. I'm either missing a switch, or I am missing some kind of, way to get into there. Maybe there's something here, or something here, but either way, I'll have to check that out. But that'll be for next time, folks. For when we come back, continuing to explore this level entirely full of water. And everything's surprisingly serviceable here. All the scrolls are perfectly readable, and we have no problems fighting, even though we're armed with bludgeoning weapons. Then again, maybe the Helm of Underwater Action eliminates all the penalties for fighting underwater. It would be handy. I don't feel like I want to equip this amulet. I, then again, don't know what this amulet does either. So I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later. Resting underwater was a very peculiar experience. Perhaps I will write about this adventure one day when it is all over. If, that is, I survive. I may not survive. Although I feel like the end is drawing near. There can't be too much beneath this. Surely not. Later.